Hello and welcome to the channel again. Pen friends everywhere, thank you for tuning in. It's a very sunny day and I made myself a cup of coffee, and what better way to start this day than with another update on my personal pen collection. I have prepared for you today a few of my new inks along with some review for each of them, but also a new writing instrument. Let's start with the fountain pen first. A lot of you may know what's going to hit inside this kind of wrap, and we do have a new pen in my collection, the first of its kind, and this is my first scribble pen, and this is called Scribble Feel, and the color of this pen is Verde Bosco, Bosco being the Italian word for wood, I believe. And the story behind this pen is I acquired this writing instrument from my good friend Stefano at Stilografica Corsani, because we don't carry this kind of writing instruments at PenVenture. And the sole reason behind this purchase was that this pen is made by the former employees at OMAS. They do regrouped in a team, and they are producing writing instruments under the name Scribble. What's interesting about this pen is the nib, and I opted for this very beautiful 14 karat gold nib, which I'm going to try to show you. Let's try to see if we can focus on this nib. And this nib is supposed to be the same nib as the OMAS Extra Flexibile nib, or Extra Flexibile. And I do have a pen from OMAS that has this nib, and this is my Ogiva Alba Cocktail, and this is the Blue Angel. On this one I do have the Extra Flexibile Extra Fine nib, which is very beautiful to use, but I do wanted to try a fine size nib, Extra Flexibile. So the more cheaper alternative to try one of those nibs is to buy this Scribble Feel. This is made from a very beautiful and interesting acrylic or resin, and it's full of swirls and chatoyance. It's very beautiful. It has a good weight to it. It's not too heavy, not too light, but on the lighter side. This is a piston filling pen, and the nib comes 99% identical to the Extra Flexibile nib. So we will have a video review of this pen coming really soon, and I'm going to show a lot of its features in that video. Now that we finished with this pen, now let's move the pen aside and start with the inks. I acquired 5 new inks, and the first ink I'm going to show you is this one, and this is KWZ Grapefruit. I've been looking for this ink ever since I received a letter from my good friend Jack from Canada, and I immediately fallen in love with this color. I've been looking for it ever since. I did manage to find it, but without any stock in a few of my previous orders. So I managed to get one bottle, and this is what I try to do as an ink review. We do have KWZ Grapefruit. There is a swab for this ink. As you can see, it's a very beautiful red intense color. It does have some shading, and this underneath the swab we do have the drying time, and right here we do have a water test and a bleach test. So this color is something very interesting. The water resistance is there, but it's not like water resistant, what I call water resistant. And the bleach test right here shows that this color may be hard to wash from different pans. So we are going to move to the next ink, and that one is KWZ Cappuccino. I don't know if I mentioned in my previous videos, but I do started to use a lot of brown inks, and I may have to pause this clip and to change the battery of my camera, so stay with me 1 second. Okay, we are back. I've changed the battery and we were at the KWZ Cappuccino, and this is a very lovely brown ink, and I'm going to show you my way of testing the ink or reviewing the ink. And we do have a swab. This shows that this is a shading color. Then we have the drying time right here, and I don't know, yeah, it's behaving okay. Its drying time is roughly around 30 to 40 seconds. As you may see right here, we do have the drying time, and then we have the bleach and the water test. As you may see on the water test, this is not a water resistant ink. It will fade away, not too much, but still it's not water resistant. And at the bleach test, we can see that it does clean, but it does leave some trails. I don't know if you take this into consideration, but I do also try to see what inks are going to clean much easier or which inks are not going to clean easy, because I do have a lot of my pens being demonstrators, and I'm very careful not to stain one of my precious pens with one ink that is going to clean very hard or leave trails. The third KWZ ink is this one, and we do have Baltic Memories, and I think this is a limited edition ink because if I remember correctly, it was presented at the pen show, but I can't remember which one of them. But I did manage to find it in stock at a retailer, and this is my, I don't know. Okay, now that we are in focus, this is essentially a blue-black ink that is full of sheen. It's very, very lovely. I observed that this ink is a little bit thicker, and we can see practically this reflecting in the drying time. We do see that at the 40 seconds it's not completely dry, and I think this is because its viscous or viscosity is quite up there. Then we have the water test and the bleach test. Remember, I told you that I do this kind of tests to see if an ink will clean up well or not. As you may see, water resistance, we do have some water resistance, and the bleach test shows that this ink, it's not suitable for something that you may want to often clean or for a demonstrator, and I do stay away from using sheening inks in my demonstrator pens, and also inks that have a lot of contrast. As you may see, this is a very, very dark blue-black, and I tend to use this ink in, I don't know, pens like, let's say, this Homo sapiens Bronze Age, and I'm sure that no matter how many times I use this ink, it will not stain the beautiful demonstrator pen if I'm going to use something like the Bronze Age. Okay, moving forward, we have two Lamy inks, and this one right here is from their new crystal line that they launched this year, and this is Lamy Peridot. Let me show you how it's going to look on paper, and this is 52 GSM Tomoe River paper, so it will show the sheen of this ink. And this is a lovely green ink. We do have sheen and shading. Drying time is moderate. We do see that around the 20 seconds mark it will start to dry out. Then we have the water test and the bleach test. It's very interesting because a lot of Lamy inks are very well behaving and easy to clean, but this Peridot, as you may see from the two tests that I did, it does show that it will clean a little bit harder. It does have some waterproof qualities, and the bleach tests, I don't know, see for yourself. I think it's going to be a little bit harder to clean this ink. So again, do not use it in demonstrator pens or pens that you are going to clean very often. Last but not least, we do have another Lamy ink, also crystal, and I did try to buy this ink from a lot of retailers, but it wasn't in stock, and this is Lamy Azurite. I don't know if I misspelled that or I didn't pronounce it well. And this is something very, very interesting and beautiful. I do love this ink a lot. And this is a purple bluish ink. We do have a lot of contrast and color. And this has a slight greenish sheen to it. If you're going to put down enough ink, it will show this greenish sheen. In the swab, let me bring it closer to you. You can easily spot that sheen. Drying time right here, it's well for ink that has this kind of sheen and also this very rich and intense color. We do have a drying time that's relative okay. So we do have some smudging around 30 seconds, but at 40 it's completely dry. Then we have something very interesting in the water and bleach test. As you can see, this color, although it's packing a lot of contrast, and it's a very, very deep and rich color, it will clean better than the green Peridot from Lamy. Well, these are the new inks. What I got also in the parcel was a sample of KWZ Iron Gold Old Gold. This ink, I did not use this kind of review on the page to try it out, and I will do something like this probably in a future video for it. Well, I think this is it. Thank you for spending this time with me. If you have any suggestions on what do you want to see in a video like this, use the comment section below and let me know, and I will be quick to answer, but also provide you with that content. If you have any questions, yet again, use the comment section below and I will answer them there. I wish you all a very, very good day ahead, and I see you at the next video.